Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today we are reviewing a LEGO Movie 2 set. This is the Ultrakatty, it's Ultrakatty and Warrior Lucy, set number 70827. And it's kind of interesting. I really like the way the cat looks. I'm really sort of curious to see how Unikitty makes this transformation. I'm assuming this would be Unikitty based on the different faces. And I find the name of this set a little bit interesting because it's also Warrior Lucy, so this is sort of another drawing point to this set. Though this Lucy minifig is cool, she's just not unique. She's actually pretty common, or at least she appears this way in a couple other sets. So anyways, I'm gonna jump into the main bit of the build. I'm first gonna do the figs and sort of these interesting other little bits first, but I would like to say that this set is 348 parts and it sells for $29.99, both Euro and US dollars. So, you know, good part to price ratio. I'll just get that out of the way immediately. So price point isn't really a factor here. It's decent. Let's get into the figs first, and then we'll see this very interesting brick-built kitty fig. So certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, Lucy here is the most interesting figure. She's just got a ton of detail, dual molded legs, great leg printing actually in general, and tons of accessories. So that would be the never stop sign, that's her shield. She's got a crossbow, she's got an extra sort of wrapping or sort of cloth piece that goes around her shoulders. Also a separate piece that makes up the quill on her back. A new mold that makes up the hair / goggle piece. Tons of stuff. Looks great. Let's take them all off. So here is the fig on her own. Still super solid looking. Great prints all the way around. Kind of a slightly higher definition for that negative space that makes the hips than maybe more than the average fig, but I think that actually coincides with how the Lucy fig looked from the original movie. That's her alternate expression there. Let me turn the light down ever so slightly. Yeah, so she looks good from all angles. This expression is different than some of the other versions of Lucy, but it's also the same as other ones depending on which set you get her in. Solid looking fig for sure. Then you get Emmett. You know, he's Emmett. He's never going to be a fig that really impresses me, but he doesn't look bad. I believe the baseline print for his body here is slightly updated compared to what we got from him in the first movie. His expression is a little bit different. There it is. That's his freaked out face. Also not unique. Depending on what sets you get him in, he's just got a couple of different combinations of expressions. This one is kind of like the happy-go-lucky, and he's got his really freaked out face. So there's Emmett. And then this is the very interesting and odd brick-built alien invader. There's a couple of these guys. They're made to look kind of like Duplo figs, though they aren't actually Duplo. This is made up of a combination of other Lego bricks. And kind of interesting. I like this little piece. That's the little sort of Technic pin and ball joint, though. You can use it, and it's just meant to be a joint for yourself to kind of play around with. It opens and closes. You get this little trans piece there that kind of keeps it all together, and then that's just some round studs. These are meant to look like larger Duplo studs, if I'm not mistaken. I really do like this print, though, that makes up the eye. We'll learn more about these guys later, I suppose. I'm making this review before the movie is out, so sorry if I don't know if this guy's got a name or not. He's just called Alien Invader in the description. And there's different colors of these guys in other sets. So this is the lime green and blue version. Also, I guess we're now jumping into the cat. So this is the facial expression I chose. You get two others. This is Super Angry Kitty, and this is, I guess, more serious Determined Kitty. They come printed on these 2 brick high 1x4. 1x5? What? Is that a 1x5? When do you get a 1x5? Weird. Okay. So that's odd. I didn't even notice that until just now. Yeah, these are 1x5 bricks. They don't do that normally. So interesting. Okay. The prints are still very high quality. Let's get a better shot though. Righto. So here is a bit more space with the creature, the brick-built creature. And I gotta say, right off the bat, they did a pretty good job making this a brick-built animal. I like this Ultrakatty, that's what they're calling her, more than maybe, let's say, the average Ninjago dragon. I think the detail that we've added here, just all along the edges, and I just love the wonderful colors used here. You've got, let me turn the light down a little bit so you can see kind of maybe the differentiation, but you have yellow here, and then you have that sort of deeper yellow, and there's combinations of that variation of yellow kind of speckled in, on, and throughout this whole build here. They're just like, there's just slight different color variations throughout this whole cat, and I think the integration into the brown is actually quite nice. Let me zoom in. Boom, that is a printed piece. It comes on the front part of, I guess the forward leg. I don't really know what you call it. So that's nice. It's a nice sort of segue between some of these harsher colors. And yeah, she looks good from all angles. There's lots of posable pieces here. The head, of course, can pose I guess all the way around if you really wanted to. And look around, these wings, they're not really wings, but they're kind of feather-like. They have these phalanges that can move like this, and the whole sections can kind of move up and down, and they're on ball joints, so they can actually kind of twist around as well. These are loose shoulder blades. I love that they're loose and they just kind of fall flat and sort of naturally rest no matter how you articulate the arm here. These are always just going to kind of be loosely resting onto the cat's front legs, and then the back legs are very, very posable. There's quite a bit of space between here, so you can really, you could really get some weird shapes here, but ultimately the cat is super posable. You have a bunch of ball joints that make up the tail in the back, and yeah, you can see most of the body on the external outsides is brown, but really she still feels very, very colorful. So you can stand Lucy up, or any of the figs up, on the back of Ultrakatty. There's a couple of studs there. She's holding into this nice little rubber sort of handle grip piece very easily. And yeah, there is, I guess that is the only real function outside of the massive posability that this creature, this brick-built animal really has. Really kind of a lot of stuff. There's also a ratcheted joint here, so you can kind of arch her back up more. She's a little bit front heavy. I'm sure if I really messed around, I could get her to go back on her hind legs. In fact, let me just mess around with that. There we go. Not bad. Get her all the way up on the hind legs. She doesn't, it's pretty straight up actually, just because she is still very, very top heavy. But yeah, you can ultimately get this cat into a lot of fun positions, and ultimately I think this set is pretty fun. The one thing I would say though, and like I mentioned right in the beginning, I usually say what I don't like right in the beginning, but the fact is it is called Ultrakatty and Warrior Lucy. I think that is weird. It feels like they thought the set was lacking a little bit in and of itself, just being Ultrakatty. They included Lucy as like the feature thing to also include, even though this figure is actually pretty common and found in plenty of other sets. Slightly different facial expressions. This one isn't included. But anyways, yeah, it does feel like there could be maybe one other little side build. Usually I'm attracted most to the primary, but it does feel like there could have been something else on the side of this, maybe to change the name of the set slightly. But ultimately, I'm still actually pretty happy with the way it turned out. It is a pretty positive part to price ratio, being sold for $29.99, both in US dollars and euro, like I said before. So that's pretty good for 350 pieces roughly. Yeah, cool. So maybe it could have had one more minifig. That's probably what I would have really liked, is one more minifig. This set would be super off the hook, but ultimately I would say pretty successful. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think about the Ultrakatty set? This was one of the featured builds, one of those massive builds that came out in San Diego Comic-Con earlier this year. So I think this is probably a pretty big character, and she plays either, I think, a very large role, at least in one of the main scenes, or maybe throughout the whole movie. We will just have to find out when the movie comes out in February. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this set in the comment section below, and we will see you next time at BrickVault. Hey everybody, wanted to pop in very quickly, let you know that we've got a Lego web store, www.brickvault.toys, where we sell these step-by-step instructions for some incredibly awesome Lego MOCs. The revenue from the web store helps support us here at the channel, as well as the designers that build these amazing Lego designs. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Check us out at www.brickvault.toys, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.